How do you make a musical that can sound enchanted and suspicious at the same time? The music in Dystopia is where the show's contradictions become audible. The book can tell you that Vera and cats are opposites. The score can tell you that they are built out of different emotional logics. The book can tell you that Walt is visionary and controlling. The score can make those two things feel inseparable. The book can tell you EPCOT is all surface and underbelly. The orchestra can make those layers sound like different climates in the same space. And that's why the score matters. Because a show about a giant controlled environment, about buried labor and public sheen, and competing definitions of tomorrow, deserves a musical world with enough size and detail to carry all of that. But in Dystopia, scale is part of the point. This is a musical about bigness, big vision, big myth, big machinery, big feeling, big delusion, big public rhetoric. A fuller orchestra lets the score meet the premise on that level. It was always a musical argument. A musical argument about what Disney sound does to people. A musical argument about whether innocence can survive critique. About whether rebellion can speak only in abrasion, or whether it must eventually learn new forms of tenderness. A musical about how nostalgia curdles, how propaganda sings, how memory haunts, and how tomorrow can be weaponized or reclaimed depending on who gets to orchestrate it. Sound is where history and structure become feeling. And that's what this score was doing, and continues to do. It's taking Walt Disney's Impossible City, Matthew Deegan's script, alongside his work with Abby Torrance and Robbie Good, and the emotional, ideological lanes inside that script, and turning them into something you can hear as conflict before you finish naming the conflict. That's the achievement. The real achievement is that the score seems to understand the exact challenge that the show set for itself. How do you make a musical that can sound enchanted and suspicious at the same time? How do you let Disney-shaped feeling remain emotionally real while still interrogating the institution that taught so many people how to feel that way? How do you score a city where fantasy is both refuge and the instrument of control? The music of Dystopia works because it's not just accompanying the script.